Welcome to my channel, SteveO the Window Cleaner. Today we're at a $525 Pella storm job. All of these windows you see in front here are Pella storms. The ones on the far right there, that second floor and the first floor. These are newer style Pella storms, and something that's going to be a little different about this video is that when I actually show you doing the Pella storms, I'm going to show you clips from another house as well. It worked out kind of nicely that we had two of these jobs come up. So while I got set up here in the front, Alfredo is always going through the inside and collecting the screens. What we usually do is bring all the screens outside and either use the pressure washer or the screen washer to clean off the screens. It's really however we feel that day, to be quite honest with you. Both work extremely well. This is just not a very high pressure washer, but does really great for screens, and it's a really fast process. Using the rinse bar, the Boris hairbrush, and the bronze wool attachment on the exterior of these windows. Of course, these are a lot of basically casement storm windows, and this just works perfect when doing the windows on the exterior. The outside really did not take that long. It really took about, I would say about an hour and 15 minutes, where most of our time was spent was on the inside doing the storm windows, of course, but they had never had somebody use water fed pool on their house before, and they were super happy with the results. Did a skylight here on top. Guy was over on the lawn chair watching. He was pretty excited about it. Some French doors in the back. I could tell these though, they keep clean pretty often. They just needed a quick scrub and a quick rinse, and these were done. But overall, the outside was really pretty quick overall. So for basements though, I rarely ever use water fed pole in an area like this with like a window well. It's just too fine of a space to get in, and these ones in particular were just quick to get into and get done. And these were not storm windows, these are just regular, just double pane glass. Okay, so these are newer style Pella windows. They have these little things on the sides, let's just call them clips, that you run up and down the window and release these black gaskets, and you'll feel the gaskets pop. Boom, right there it pops. And then basically you'll be able to open the storm. Sometimes it takes a little bit of shimmying, but you want to be really careful. When you have one that's this big, you're going to have sliders on the bottom, the sides, and the top. You want to release the bottom first, then the sides, and then the top. I'll tell you why later, why that is so important. And then basically you feel it release, you kind of put your fingers in this lip. I wouldn't suggest using a putty knife or a paint can opener when doing this, because you can damage the actual frame. You want to bring the blinds up, because we're actually going to take the blinds out before we clean, as long as it's possible to take those out. This little string here is all that keeps it from when you open it. Be very careful with that string. You will have times where there's not enough space to get this out. So you release that little tab there, pull it, and the actual blinds come out. I find this the best way to do it. On this window here, the string was not long enough. There was not enough space to take out that blind. So you can curl the blinds up like that, get your mop underneath, just hold the blind up while you squeegee the glass. This does happen. As far as cleaning the interior of these windows, usually it's just a haze. I usually don't bronze wool it, just a good mopping and squeegee in detail does the job. I've really never had any that have been really bad as far as this style of Pella storm. This is my favorite style of Pella storm windows, because you don't have to take it off, put it down, but I have seen people really mess up when cleaning these kind of storms and cut the strings, take them off the hinges, and do a lot of dumb stuff. To put the blinds back, it goes into the left side first and then pops up on the right side. I wish I had some better clips as far as showing exactly how it goes in, but what I would suggest is that if you have a problem with these, go to a Pella showroom. They do have these around towns. That's where I learned how to undo these storm windows, put the blinds back in, and they will show you exactly how to remove these and put them back correctly. And that's what I did that helped a lot, was go to a Pella showroom and have them show you. So after you get the blinds put back in, you simply just press on the areas where the gaskets are and you'll feel them pop back in. There'll be times where sometimes they don't go in very well. These are fragile. These are very, very fragile storms. And then after you get them all popped in, you're going to want to make sure the blinds go all the way up and down and just work properly, just to make sure you don't get any callbacks. I always just go through this with every single one of them, just to cover my bases. These blinds and this one were just a tiny bit different. And then after that, you just clean the inside of the actual storm, and it's a pretty simple process. Out of all the Pella storm designs, this is very, very easy. As long as you know what you're doing in releasing those gaskets, it's very, very hard to mess up, but I've seen many companies mess it up. This window in particular, I could not open. There were two like this where the sliders would not release the gasket, and you don't want to push it too hard. The owners of this home had Pella install them. So what I told them was, I said, a couple of these couldn't open, and they were the couple windows that they guessed I wouldn't be able to open. So I told them, call Pella, maybe get someone to get out here and open it, and I'll stop by and clean it some other day. When done with that, we put the screens back on the ones that take the screens. With Pella storms, they have this little clip on the bottom there that goes onto the slider for the blinds that make the blinds go up and down, so they can put the blinds up and down with the screen on. So you just got to make sure to put that correct, and then basically they can do that function with the blinds. But overall, it's pretty simple when cleaning Pella storms, especially the new ones like this. I'll do videos on some of the older styles as well as we come across them. But it just wound up, I had two jobs that worked perfectly with showing basically kind of how to clean these. But don't overthink them. They're really not too hard. But that pretty much sums up this job. If you have any questions about Pella storms, comment below. And thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.